concerning. And a lot of that is because the vaccines that have been in place, some of them for decades.
Fewer children will head back to class fully vaccinated. It's a national trend that one health expert says she's seen here in the heartland. Good evening, everyone. Health officials across the country are sounding the alarm about the potential risk related to lower vaccination rates ahead of the new school year.
Ahmad Lathan spoke to the head of a regional health department who is seeing that trend in the counties she serves.
What we've seen over the last few years is a decrease in the number of children getting fully vaccinated, and in some cases not vaccinated at all.
Shauna Ryan is concerned. She heads up the Southern 7th Health Department, covering Illinois' southernmost counties.
As far as any particular vaccine that we've seen a severe reduction in the number of people getting, one that we are concerned about is the MMR, the measles, mumps, and rubella.
And not being vaccinated, she says, can have very real health consequences.
So if a child is not vaccinated, or even an adult is not vaccinated, and they contract one of the viruses that are circulating, it could be potentially harmful for them, if not deadly.
The U.S. is still dealing with the measles outbreak that brought the highest number of confirmed cases since the disease was eliminated back in 2000. Ryan tells me it's a stark reminder that viruses like that are still here.
A lot of viruses we've not thought about over the last few years because we have either reached herd immunity or children and families are doing what they need to keep themselves safe. But the viruses are still here, even though we don't hear about them very often.
Ryan says parents with questions about vaccines and their children have a number of resources.
You can talk with your school district, you can talk with your healthcare provider or your local health department to find out what vaccines you need and when. So, it's important to make sure that first day of school, they are ready to go to protect themselves and others in the school district.
In Ullin, Ahmad Lathan, Heartland News.
The Southern 7 Health Department provides all routine vaccines for all ages at each of its clinic locations.
According to the CDC, there has been a total of 1,356 measles cases in the U.S. so far this year. 386 of those cases were children under 5, and 501 were ages between 5 and 19, with 92% of those infected being unvaccinated or not knowing what their vaccination status was.